Hey guys, it's Audra and welcome back to 365 Projects. I am here today with my December wrap-up. Now, there are only 6 books, but with those 6 books, I read my least favorite book of ever. And also, at the end of the month, there were 4 books I was like, you get a 5-star, and you get a 5-star, and you get a 5-star. So I did adjust those a little bit, down to 4.5 stars for a couple of them as I came down from the hype. But let's get these books shared because I'm ready to start reading for January and a whole new reading year. But that's the next video. So, my least favorite book of ever, and probably one of 4 books I've ever rated a 1-star, would be The Mistletoe Promise by Richard Paul Evans. Now, this is one I picked up for 'Tis a Season-a-thon. And I did a vlog, which I haven't pieced together yet because basically it's me griping about this book for like 4 days in a row. But I guess there could be some comical sides to that since I don't normally do that, like ever. If it wasn't a readathon, I would have probably been like, bye Felicia. But anyways, this book is about 2 people who are tired of being alone for the holidays, and they meet in it reminded me kind of like of a mall food court type place, but where they work. And randomly, it's just like, hi, do you want to sign this contract for being like in a relationship for the holidays? And that's where it goes from there. There's just a lot of like gender role stereotypes, and I felt like even along the way there might have been some like racial tendencies thrown here and there. But yeah, it was just a whole lot of gender stereotypes that I was not for. Like, of course I have a dress. I am a woman. So I can go out at the last minute and buying gifts, but don't buy me too much. But he wants to shower her in gifts. It was too much. I hated it the entire way through. Like I said, there's far too much footage of me loathing this read, and which was weird because last year I read one of his books this time of year and I loved it. Gave it like a 5-star, I think, The Noel Letter. But I apparently am not about that at all. I don't know what happened. Then my 2.5-star goes to The Deal of Life and by Frederick Bachman. I think I realized that I'm not that into novellas. Like there's not enough commitment to me. It was just like very surface level. However, there was a nice touch about this man who is in the hospital and he thinks he's going to die, I believe from cancer, because everything's about cancer these days. But then like death shows up and he like basically is trying to convince death to give him another chance if he gives her a place to go to get somebody else's life, which was a little girl fighting cancer. And so it's just kind of like this journey in this hospital. And it was like the writing style is very good and kind of metaphorical at times, but it was super short and just okay. I wasn't pleased with the ending. I think if the ending would have been a bit more solid, which I know was not the intent of that novella, I would have been more into it, but I just wasn't. All right, so the first of my 4 5-star, which really we'll do 2 4.5-star, will be The Secret by Catherine Hughes. This one. These I realize they aren't very good like literature quality books, but I just love the easy read, just being immersed in the story of her books during this time of year. I read The Letter last year, it was one of my favorite books of the year. And this year I grabbed The Whole Secret. I also found out recently she has the book The Key out, and I have that at the library waiting. Like half of me like wants to save it till next December. The other half is like, let's go, give me all the feel goods. But this is obviously about a huge secret. So you go back in time where this woman has lost her husband in a mining accident, and she really wants to have a baby. They don't end up having a baby before he passes away. And all of a sudden this baby shows up. And so you have the alternative timeline of where this baby came from and all the people surrounding her, and then like how they get connected at the end. And there's a child involved that needs a kidney transplant from the baby, basically, and like how the family was created around the baby. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I don't want to give it away in case you do want to read this book. It's just a feel good story, and I really, really enjoyed it. And I can't wait to read The Key. So I'm probably going to get it and read it next. So, my other 4.5 star read was actually One Day in December by, oh man, I looked it up and now I can't remember. One second. Let's see. One Day in December was by an author whose name is, Goodreads is slow. Last name is Winters. Nope, not Winters. Josie Silver. Anyways, so One Day in December was from Book of the Month. And I heard a lot of people talking about it for like their Tis the Season-a-thon or a winter read, obviously, because it's in December. And so I decided to pick it up because it was from Book of the Month. And I, at first, was not into it. I was listening to an audiobook, which was very good. I love the audiobook because it's dual perspective of the man and the woman. You go back and forth over a course of a decade of their kind of accidental mishaps or like love at first sight gone wrong type of thing. And so basically, they see each other at a bus stop, and it's like love at first sight. And a year later, even though she's still looking for this man, which was weird, like obsessive weird, her friend introduces the man, Jack, as her new boyfriend. And so she's devastated. They hide it secret from her best friend. And it's just the course of 10 years of like they both are with other people, and it's just like they never can get together. And because of Keelung brain, I can't remember what that trope is called, so we'll move on. But I really enjoyed it by the end of it. I even think it might be one that I like revisit every December, which is totally not my style, but I just like the way that it took place over 10 years and there still is a happy ending, even though like you're for sure like they do not need to be together. They need to move on to other people and be happy about it. There's even some, like I said, obsessive tendencies from the female character that I did not like. And then from Jack, the man, he was kind of a little full of himself and absolute like terror at times at a certain point in the book. Like, why would you even like him anymore type of thing. But I just really liked how the two characters found themselves, found each other, found other people, and after a decade, they still had a story to share. So I might revisit it next year. We'll see about that. Moving on to my 2 5-star books. The first 5-star is actually a graphic novel, check please, by Gozi Ukazu. I looked up how to say it. Ngozi Ukazu. And this is a super cute graphic novel that I did not know that I needed in my life. So this is about a gay hockey player who likes to bake, and he was once a figure skater, now joining a college hockey team, and it's just his journey over the years. I think it's his first 2 years of college. This was a web comic before, so they've been all put together in a book. And of course, by the end, you're left with this like beautiful cliffhanger. I have to know what happens next in the relationship between a couple of these characters. And it was just super cute. And I read it in setting like 2 hours on a Sunday morning back at my parents' house, sitting in my dad's lazy boy. And I cannot wait to see where this one goes next. And of course, the last book that's a 5-star book for 2018. I thought it says 2016. Wow. Was Becoming by Michelle Obama. Oh man, this book. It's her biography, of course, of like her entire lifespan to how she has become Michelle Obama. And I just loved hearing her story of how she was as a young girl, growing up in Chicago, what her career path was, because obviously we know her as Barack's wife, and just kind of like where she plans on going with life. She even has commentary on the current presidential person. And yeah, the thing I enjoyed the most about it was because I had it on audiobook and she is the narrator. So it's like you are hearing her talk about her life to you like your friends, and it was just awesome. I'm excited to hear as I've watched like interviews with her that her husband, President Barack Obama, is also working on a book, and so I'm definitely going to keep my eyes out for that one because I think a lot of us, maybe here on BookTube, miss them. There's just no nice way to really put that. But anyways, that is my last 5-star book for the year. It just felt like you were sitting down to have coffee with a friend, and yeah, it was a good way to end the year. So those are the 6 books I read. So these plus the 2 that I don't physically have. The one day in December, I don't know if I said it, I left at my grandmother's house. I had the physical book, but I listened to the audiobook. I left at my grandmother's house because there's always something I leave there. Normally it's like a pair of jeans, and this time it was a book. So she will probably read it by the time I get it back from her. But anyways, that is it for this year of reading. I hope to do some reflection videos and looking back, but like my goal or my one little word for the year is forward, and mostly mental health wise. But so I will kind of take it as we go, looking back to my favorites, doing the book survey, all those kind of like trendy things on the BookTube. But yeah, please let me know what you read in this last month that you really enjoyed, that I need to check out in this new year. I hope 2018 is the best year that it could possibly be for you. Leave all the other stuff behind, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.